Okay, here's our video on multiplying polynomials by polynomials, right? So let's look specifically, we're going to look at a binomial. So here's a binomial. We know binomials have two terms. And let's multiply them by another binomial. We'll start out with that. So again, we have two binomials and we're multiplying. So you should know now when you see two parentheses that is multiplication. So we're going to use an acronym here. It's called FOIL. And it means first, outside, inside, last. So when you're looking at the two binomials, here's the first term, and here's the first term. Right? This is the outside term also, and this is the outside term. And these two are the inside terms. And then this term and that term will be the last terms. Well, let me just show you how it's done. And once you see it, it usually sticks with you. All right, so let's make two binomials. So what if I had, make it clear, what if I had x plus 2, and then we had x minus 2? Why not do anything right now? So we're going to multiply the first term by the first term. And x times x is x squared. Then we're going to multiply, remember it's FOIL, let me just write it over here, FOIL, the acronym FOIL. We want to now do, so we did the first term by the first term. We now want to do the outside terms by the outside term. So we're going to do x times negative 2. Remember there's a negative there. So this will be negative 2x. Then we have the inside terms, 2 times x. And that'll be 2x. And then our last thing, which is the last terms, will be 2 times negative 2, and that's negative 4. So we're almost done. Now we just have to combine like terms. So we're going to have x squared, and the minus 2x plus 2x will cancel, and that's what you'll be left with, x squared minus 4. And this is called the difference, by the way, of two squares, because the square root of x squared is x, the square root of 4 is 2. And we'll talk about that later. All right, what if we had, x plus 3, and let's say x plus 4. So what would you get with this? We have two binomials here we're multiplying. Again, x times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. It's positive, so put the plus sign. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 4 is 12. Right? And we combine like terms. We've got to get x squared plus 7x plus 12. So we took two binomials and we created a trinomial using FOIL. All right, let's do another one. What if I had 2x plus 2 over x minus 5? If we had something like that. Try that. Same thing, right? 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times negative 5 is negative 10x. Be careful with the signs. 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Right? So then we just combine like terms. 2x squared. So we have a minus 10x plus a 2x. That'll give us a minus 8x minus 10. So here we go. Two binomials into a trinomial. If you ever see something like this, x plus 2 squared, or with any kind of number, anything squared like that, well, just as same thing if we did 5 squared. 5 squared is 5 times 5. So x plus 2 squared is x plus 2 times x plus 2. That's all it is, same thing. And just perform FOIL, right? So x times x is x squared. X times 2, 2x. 2x. And combine like terms, we're going to have x squared plus 4x plus 4. So if you ever see this again, this is squaring binomials. So x plus 2 squared, it's like repeated multiplication. It's x plus 2 times x plus 2. Now sometimes you're going to see something like this, where it's going to have, let's say, x minus a and x plus a. Right? There's a minus and there's a plus. So let me give you an example of that. Let's say I said x minus 5 and x plus 5. So let's perform FOIL, and you're going to see what we get here. We're going to have x squared plus 5x, then we're going to have a minus 5x, and then we're going to have a minus 25. And these two will cancel out, and you're left with x squared minus 25. You're left with the difference of two squares, which I said previously. So whenever you see the difference between two squares, you're always going to get a minus and a plus out of it. I'll give you another example on that. So if I had x squared minus 36, well, if I square root x squared, remember the square root of x squared is x, because x times x is x squared. And the square root of 36 is 6, and we have a subtraction sign. So this is the difference between two squares. So you'll know you'll always get an x minus 6 and an x plus 6. You'll always have a minus and a plus when you see the difference between two squares. And we'll do more of these in another video. But if you ever saw this, x minus 6, x plus 6, you'll know you will eventually get just, all you have to do is, what is 6 times 6? It's 36, and you put a subtraction sign. So if you ever saw x minus 7, x plus 7, the shortcut here, instead of doing FOIL, well, you know they're the same number, and they have different signs, so we'll just say it's x squared minus 49. And if you did FOIL, you would get that. So let's do FOIL and double check. X times x is x squared. X times 7 is plus 7x, and then we have a minus 7x, and then we have a negative 49. And these two right here cancel out, and that's what we're left with, the difference between two squares. Now we did say, right here, we're going to multiply polynomials by polynomials, and that got a little smeared. So it doesn't have to be a binomial times a binomial. It could be a binomial times a trinomial, or any other ones. And we'll do that in the next video. Okay, great job.